The following content is for authorized forensic agents from the Department of Counterintelligence and Threat Analysis. Any public performance, copying, or other use is strictly prohibited. Anomalous abduction cases. You are assigned to review 3 classified cases. Retrieve details from designated secure channels and submit your comprehensive report within the designated timeframe. Maintain utmost confidentiality. Case file number 059272. Name: Eugene Wilkins. Age: 31. Sex: male. Cause of death: acute hemorrhage. Medical notes: not applicable. Eugene's body was discovered in a patch of grass 2 miles from the town of Classified, Pennsylvania. The individual has been reported missing 3 days prior to his body being found by the local authorities. Eugene stopped showing up to work and did not answer phone calls made by his company. The details regarding the state in which the body was found are not for the faint of heart. Eugene was subject to surgical mutilation. Victim's eyes were removed, along with the teeth and tongue. The organs and muscles have been extracted from the body, leaving behind a peel of skin and bones. No incisions observed. No sign of blunt trauma or puncture wounds. All blood has been drained from the victim's body. No traces of footprints nor blood spills to be found in the area. Investigators speculate that organs and muscles have been extracted with unusual and completely unnatural instruments. Toxicologists found no sign of anesthesia during the time the injuries were inflicted. No signs of restraint or coercion in the victim. Illustration of Eugene's corpse. Case file number 011537. Name: Maria Bishop. Age: 21. Sex: female. Cause of death: suffocation. Medical notes: mild OCD. Maria's body was discovered by a local farmer underneath a light post in the highway of Classified, Tennessee. The victim's parents contacted local authorities after no communication for 8 days. She was last seen in a gas station, 6 miles from the place her body was found. Stella Davis, the clerk at Classified, was the last person to have seen Maria alive. Stella recalls Maria's strange behavior. Further investigation needed. She bought laxatives, chocolates, sleeping pills, and cigarettes. She took the items and left hurriedly. It seemed like she was running away from someone. The victim's body underwent extreme physical contortion and stretching. Investigation is to be further conducted to determine the cause of elongated limbs. The force required to create such damage and fractures is extremely high, much more than a car crash. No external wounds found. Apart from rigor mortis, the body was covered head to toe with a yellowish substance, similar to motor oil. The origin of this substance is unclear. As with previous case, blood has been drained from the body and organs removed. Although bones present acute fractures, the official cause of death is asphyxia. Illustration of Maria's corpse. Case file number 096173. Name: unidentified. Age: late 40s. Sex: male. Cause of death: chest trauma. Medical notes: unknown. At 0200 EST, 10 miles from the Classified county, a local hunter, Edwards, witnessed an incident over the Classified hill. Upon overhearing screams of help echoing into the dark of the fields, Edwards ran towards the location. He witnessed a mysterious triangular object hovering 30 feet above the ground. A man was dangling mid-air with metallic cables wrapped around his body. As soon as Edwards approached, a click was heard, and the man was dragged away from sight. The metallic triangle had no resemblance to any modern vehicle. It silently shot up into the dark skies, vanishing from sight. Illustration of the unidentified flying object. The hunter called the authorities, and soon a group performed a search, scouring every inch of ground in the abduction area. They stopped after 4 hours. Edwards was interrogated for 3 days until the remains of the man were discovered 5 miles from the state of the abduction. The man's body had been subject to gruesome mutilation in a manner that subsequent investigations never encountered before. Victim had been found with no limbs. Only the torso and half his head were present. The face was contorted beyond recognition. His limbs were nowhere to be found. Blood had been drained from the body through 2 symmetrical orifices in the chest. Investigators determined wounds were caused by advanced instruments with stunning precision. These instruments acted as drainage holes. Half of the victim's head is missing. The mouth cavity and internal thorax had been extracted. The edges of the cuts are uniform to their size. Illustration of an unidentified man's corpse. Holy shit! Some sort of alien life forms abducting humans and using unrecognizable technology to mutilate their bodies in seemingly impossible ways for what I assume are research purposes, but they could also just be pulling the cosmic equivalent of burning ants with a magnifying glass. I told you the news wasn't just using aliens to make everyone get distracted and shut up about how they're just fear-mongering pieces of shit like they do every 2 years on the dot. Let's break down what we know, starting with case 1. First off, the aliens seem to have some sort of giant suck machine. We need to acquire it immediately, for research purposes. Why are you looking at me like that? Evidently, this machine can extract any organ or part of the body through the skin without puncturing any holes. This is something that human medical practices are far from capable from. I don't know, maybe they just pull them out through the mouth. Or the ass. Not only this, but the toxicology reports confirm that these aliens also have a completely novel system of suspending their subjects unrelated to drugs. Maybe it's some sort of hypnosis, or a really good incentive, like tying them to a bench. What's incentive mean? In the second case, a few more notable things come to light. First off, Maria was acting erratically and seemingly running from something, but I find it hard to believe that aliens let her get away. Maybe they're stupid. I don't know. There's a wide range of intelligence with humans too. I don't know how Maria would fend off aliens with all that crap she bought, so maybe everyone was just having an off day. Inevitably, Maria was fed through the same suck machine, and her limb bones were contorted like she was some sort of human Rubik's Cube. She was also covered in some sort of liquid that tastes pretty bad. So this tells us two things. These aliens might just be getting their rocks off in a fucked up way, and I need to get tested. That was a stupid joke. Finally, on to the third case. An unidentified man was eaten by a sky triangle.
Hey, I saw like a man get sucked up into the sky triangle or something.
Everyone, stop looking for the serial killer! We have something more important to do! He then came back with no arms or legs, or half his face. Oh yeah, and he had his blood drained from 2 small incisions on his chest. Which is weird, because couldn't they just use the suck machine? I don't know, I'm not an alien, I'm not complaining, because now that guy, he's got a free stussy. So what does all this mean? I don't know. To be honest, your species is being abducted by multiple aliens all the time. You're easy targets and fun to pick on. These just happen to be a bit more sadistic, and heretofore unknown. It's unknown whether these will be the last abductions that take place, and only time will tell if this is a recurring problem. At any rate, it seems impossible to discern a pattern, with only 3 victims thus far. And maybe if this analog horror series comes out with another installment, we can see if there's more to this mystery. Also, I know this is unrelated, but how weird is it that all of the towns, businesses, and locations all happen to be named Classified? I hear Classified is beautiful this time of year. If you like this video and want us to come back and check out the rest of this fantastic analog horror series, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe with all notifications enabled, or I'll tell aliens to abduct you and put you in the suck machine, but not in the fun way. Go check out Stylized Kitsune to see the original video, as well as some other cool analog horrors. Shout out the Inner Circle. Love y'all. Bye.